Do you know that every year millions of baboons are hunted due to conflicts with humans, plunging entire ecosystems into chaos? Picture a renowned photographer, once captivated by nature through his lens, now gripping a rifle as he steps onto the African savanna. The villagers, desperate from baboon troops ravaging their crops, turn to him. A protector, now turned hunter. But can a single shot resolve everything? Or does it merely ignite a deeper conflict between survival and compassion? Through this journey, you'll uncover a profound lesson about nature's fragile balance, how humans can coexist with wildlife, and the power of transformation from within. From witnessing the sacred bond of motherhood to facing a fateful decision on a rocky outcrop, this story reveals surprises that will make you reflect on your own humanity. Don't miss out. Watch now to experience this gripping, emotional journey. Sullivan, a renowned wildlife photographer, returns to Africa not with his camera, but with a rifle. The villagers have pleaded for his help as a troop of baboons devastates their crops, pushing them into hardship. He agrees, believing this is the only way to restore balance. Yet deep inside, he feels a vague conflict, as his role as a protector of nature now shifts to that of a hunter. The serene atmosphere of the savanna is shattered by tales of destruction. Kayelo, a local guide, shows Sullivan the ravaged cornfields. He speaks of the baboons' cunning and boldness, as if they understand human rules. Sullivan listens, his resolve strengthening. He tells himself his actions are necessary to protect the survival of an entire community. They venture into the untamed wilderness. Under the scorching sun, Sullivan senses the harsh yet vibrant life of this place. Every step demands caution, every sound heightens his alertness. This is a different world, where survival instincts reign supreme. He steels himself for a confrontation that requires not just skill, but patience and an understanding of the creatures he's pursuing. Days pass, and the baboons elude him with uncanny cleverness. They seem to anticipate Sullivan's every move. His initial confidence gives way to admiration for their intelligence. He observes that they don't just destroy, they live in a complex social structure. Dominant males protect, mothers nurture their young. The hunt is no longer about eliminating a nuisance. One afternoon, Sullivan spots an injured juvenile baboon, separated from the troop. Watching from afar, he sees the mother baboon risk everything to return and save her young. This sacred maternal bond stops Sullivan in his tracks. He sees reflections of his own family, those he loves. For the first time, he recognizes himself in their world. A world of love, sacrifice, and fear. Tension peaks as Sullivan finally finds a vantage point. The dominant male baboon, large and majestic, stands on a rocky outcrop like a king. It embodies the strength of the troop, but is also the primary target. Sullivan's heart races, sweat beads on his brow. This is the decisive moment. A single shot could change everything. He takes a deep breath, his finger resting lightly on the trigger. The gunshot echoes, stark and merciless. The dominant male collapses. But instead of scattering in panic, the troop shrieks in despair. They surround their fallen leader, their mournful cries tearing through the air. The tragic scene pierces Sullivan's heart like a knife. He succeeded, but this victory carries a bitter, indescribable aftertaste. He has shattered the soul of the entire troop. The thrill of the hunt vanishes completely. Sullivan stands frozen, the rifle suddenly unbearably heavy in his hands. Pride is gone, replaced by guilt and emptiness. What has he done? He ended a life, sowing chaos and sorrow. The troop is in disarray, their future uncertain. Sullivan realizes his bullet inflicted a deeper wound than he ever imagined. On the way back, Kalo shares an ancient tribal story about the sacred balance between humans and all creatures, how every being is part of the circle of life. A hunter takes only what is necessary and always shows respect. Kalo's words, gentle yet profound, deepen Sullivan's remorse about his actions. They pass through a local market where cramped iron cages hold juvenile baboons. Their innocent, frightened eyes don't comprehend their plight. They'll be sold as pets. Or worse. Sullivan faces a harsh truth. His actions, however well-intentioned, have contributed to this cycle of tragedy. Eliminating the dominant male weakened the troop, making them easy prey for poachers. That night, Sullivan can't sleep. Images of the shattered troop and the terrified eyes in the cages haunt him. He recalls the moments he once captured nature's beauty through his lens. He was a storyteller of life. Now, he's a bringer of death. His inner turmoil reaches its peak. He must do something to atone for his mistake. The next morning, Sullivan returns to the market. He uses the money meant for his next hunting trip to buy every caged baboon. His actions surprise many, but he doesn't care. He only knows he must do what's right. Freeing these small creatures is the first step toward finding peace within himself. Sullivan and Kalo take the cages to the forest's edge. As the cage doors open, the young baboons hesitate, then bolt toward freedom. They reunite with their kind, their true home. Watching this, a faint smile crosses Sullivan's face. He feels an unfamiliar lightness. This is the true victory, a triumph of compassion. Sullivan doesn't leave immediately. He stays, using his knowledge to help the villagers build sturdier fences and explore natural deterrents instead of firearms. He shares his photographs, helping them understand the baboons' lives and their role in the ecosystem. Gradually, hostility gives way to understanding and respect. Months later, the crops are protected without a single shot fired. The villagers and baboons have found a way to coexist. Sullivan stands on the rocky outcrop where he once killed the dominant male. He carries no rifle, only his camera. He sees a new dominant baboon, strong and proud, leading its troop. Life persists, fierce and resilient. Sullivan returns to the United States with an invaluable lesson. He resumes his work as a photographer, but his stories now carry a deeper message. He speaks of nature's fragile balance, the wisdom of its creatures, and the power of compassion. Once a hunter, he is now a guardian, using his lens to protect what he once sought to destroy. Nature is not an enemy to conquer, but a shared home to cherish and preserve. Every creature, great or small, has a right to live. Humanity's heavy-handed interference can disrupt a balance that has existed for millions of years. The greatest lesson lies not in dominating nature, but in learning to live in harmony with it, through respect, understanding, and love. Through today's journey, we hope you've gained new knowledge and a unique perspective on the art of wild boar hunting with Sullivan and Kalo. Thank you for patiently joining us and dedicating your time to watching this video until the end. If you found the content valuable and meaningful, please give Lion Farm a like, subscribe and share to motivate us to keep bringing you fresh and exciting experiences. We look forward to seeing you in our upcoming videos. Hello everyone, join Lion Farm channel as we dive into a thrilling adventure where hunter Mark faces off against a ferocious pack of wild boars. How will he overcome this challenge? The secret awaits you. Let's uncover it now. From a vantage point above, Mark observes a herd of wild boars moving across the barren hillside. They move as one, powerful and instinct-driven. He knows that success requires not just sharpshooting, but a deep understanding of their behaviors and patterns. A massive wild boar charges out, brimming with ferocity. Mark recognizes the untamed power that demands respect. When another boar is hit and tumbles down the slope, it's a stark reminder of life's fragility. A harsh but undeniable reality of the hunt. Mark quietly watches a lone wild boar against the white snow. Its beauty in the harsh landscape sparks reflection. The creature's fierce vitality and remarkable adaptability never cease to inspire awe and fascination in him with every expedition. Tracking through the dense forest, Mark feels the challenge. Every rustle of leaves, every swaying branch could be a sign. Hunting isn't just about the kill, it's an art of blending into nature, reading its subtlest cues. Another shot rings out, this time a perfect hit. The wild boar collapses in the field. Mark feels a sense of fulfillment. Not from victory, but from the reward of his persistence and skill after hours of patient waiting. Watching a lone wild boar foraging on a rocky slope, Mark sees both its solitude and its quiet strength. Every creature has its own journey, a silent struggle for survival. Hunting at times is just a fleeting moment in nature's grand story. Mark carefully reloads his rifle, each movement precise and familiar. It's a ritual of focus, preparing for a moment that could come at any time. In the silence, he connects with his weapon, his instincts, and the forest around him. Mark is astonished to see a herd of wild boars roaming through a residential area. The line between the wild and human worlds seems to be blurring. They're no longer fearful, but adapting to a new environment shaped by humans. The sight of a wild boar attacking a bicycle makes Mark chuckle. It's a humorous and unexpected moment. Yet it also reveals the unpredictable nature of wild animals, always defying human expectations and control. The hunt concludes, the prize lying beside Mark's loyal dogs. He doesn't feel the triumph of a conqueror, but a profound stillness. He realizes the greatest hunt isn't about mastering nature. It's about understanding himself more deeply. Through Mark's journey, we see that hunting is more than a sport or conquest. It's a deep conversation with nature, teaching us patience, respect, and humility before the fierce vitality of all living things. In the end, what a true hunter brings home isn't just a trophy, but an understanding of nature's cycle and our small place in its vast tapestry. We hope today's video has given you insight into how Hunter Mark deals with wild boars. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to Lion Farm, and share it with your friends to support the channel. Goodbye, and see you next time.